It's time for Minecraft Me, the show that's all about Minecraft. From beginning level to expert, we'll show you what you need to know to survive in the world of Minecraft. With Joseph Falby and Chase Nunes, what's coming up on this episode?
Coming up this week on The Big Show, one of the biggest updates ever for Minecraft, and that's version 1.7.1 is here, and we will discuss it. Also, the Minecraft news of the week, we have updates for Minecon 2013, and of course, your questions. All that and more on this edition of Minecraft Me, episode 98, for Thursday, October 24th, 2013. This edition of Minecraft Me is brought to you by the GeekGamerTV app for the Roku. You can watch Minecraft Me live, catch up on past episodes, and also watch something new from the network. For more information and to grab the Roku app today, head to ggtv.me/Roku. Hey everybody, welcome again to another edition of Minecraft Me, the show that is entirely about the game from Mojang called Minecraft. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an expert. We like to talk about and share with you the awesome game that Minecraft really is. My name is Chase Nunes. I am still the level 8 lava lover. And joining me as always is my good friend, guide, teacher, mentor, and soon-to-be party buddy in the great state of Florida. Here he is, folks, Mr. Joseph Falby. Hey, Joe, how are you, man?
Good.
Okay.
Hanging out.
Yeah, fair enough. Our live viewers have been partying with us for the past hour, 45 minutes. We've just been having a great time and doing just show prep, messing around with our friends in the server. And if you too want to get in on this fun, we do the show Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. Pacific at live.geekgamer.tv, except for next week. We won't be here next Thursday. Why not? Why are we not going to be here?
Well, next week?
Yeah, next Thursday. Why aren't we doing a show next Thursday?
Well, next Thursday.
Technically, there will be a show. There will be a episode 99 in the feed. Okay, so people will be able to.
That's true.
There will be an episode 99, but we won't be here live.
No.
Why?
We will be flying in airplanes.
Oh, I was going to say it. Like, wow, I didn't know you could fly.
Like Minecraft flying. Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
No, in airplanes to Florida.
Wow.
Orlando, specifically.
Yes, we're flying to Orlando, which I've never been to Orlando before, as a matter of fact. I did live in Florida for over a year.
That still amazes me.
I know. It's crazy. But we're heading down there. We're going to Minecon 2013. We're going to have an incredible weekend. I just know it. And on top of that, we're having a meetup/party. And if you're heading down there, or you're going to be down there, you're invited, you're going to want to listen because we have a lot of things to discuss in regards to Minecon, T-shirts. I know some people are a little confused over the events of the past week. We're going to fill you in on everything. I think it's time for the Minecraft news. Here we go. Oh, wait. I forgot one thing. I forgot one important thing.
What did you forget?
What did I forget? What we're talking about today. What are we doing on the show?
We're talking about Minecon.
No, that's not the
what
only
else is there to discuss?
No. You guys,
we're gonna do a mega texture pack show where we're just gonna do all the texture packs that have ever been created for my. We're gonna.
Guess what? That's gonna be a
long show.
That's a marathon. No,
what else?
This week.
We're gonna do.
Joe, shut up. Joe,
what?
Joe, listen.
Wait, what day is tomorrow?
Friday.
Isn't something happening? It's the 25th, right?
That's right, 25th of October.
On the 5th?
Yes. Yes,
in
something
about
is
10
happening.
Hours from now.
Actually, probably 8 hours.
It's less than that now.
Yeah, 8 hours from now.
It's way less than that now.
No, tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific time.
Later now.
So on Friday, October 25th at 6 a.m., the next
Pacific time.
The next big thing, 6 a.m. Pacific, the next big thing from Mojang, the next Minecraft update rolls out. 1.7.1. 1.7.1.
It'll
probably 1.7.2.
Be 1.7.2 at that point because there are a lot of bugs.
Yes. Well, the reason why there's a lot of bugs is because this is one of the biggest, largest updates that they've ever rolled out. Ever. I mean, they've made some massive changes to the underlying code and net code and the way biomes are constructed. So this episode is going to be all about 172, probably 172. And so we're this week, it's going to be a little different. There are no pack picks this week. There are no server showcases this week because we really want to dedicate the time for this large update because there's really a lot of things we want to cover. And so we wanted to make the definitive guide, if you will, to 1.7 and everything that surrounds it. So if you're interested to know what are you going to expect in this new update, this is the show for you. We're going to show you how you can get your launcher ready for 1.7 and still play on the older versions of Minecraft that you know and love, because we always get that question all the time, so we're going to wrap that in. We're going to show off the new biomes, new blocks, just new everything. There's a lot of new things to show off, so we're really excited. But we are going to do the Minecraft news of the week. That's very important because we have some Minecon things to discuss, and we're going to take your questions. We do that every episode, no matter what. And so we got a lot of great things to discuss. And now I can play this music. It's time for the Minecraft news.
Minecraft news of the week.
Yes. So the first story I want to share with you guys is, we know that there is a official or unofficial holiday coming out next week. Next Thursday, we're actually flying down on Halloween to Florida, which I've never flown anywhere on a holiday before, so that should be a lot of fun. But for those who are playing on the Xbox Live Arcade platform and playing Minecraft on there, you too can get involved in the fun of Halloween. A free, absolutely free, all you got to do is make sure you go and grab it. Halloween texture pack is coming, and we do have some pictures to show off. 4J Studios released via Twitter that this pack will be released on Friday, October 25th. You can download it for free until November 3rd. So it's very important that you jump on that as soon as you can. And here are some pictures of what that pack looks like. As you can see, the moon is a skull. There's a lot of jack-o'-lanterns. The textures on some of the blocks have changed. You go into the nether, it's got this green tint, if you will. Look at the ghasts. They look ghoulish, if you will. I mean, just look, there's some Beetlejuice there. I think it looks really good, Joe, and not bad for free. And so I got to say...
And white creepers.
Yeah. And,
did you see that?
And look at the Endermen there, the little suits with white heads. Oh. And I think this looks great. Really, really good. So there you go. Definitely pick that up on Xbox Live starting tomorrow, the 25th. You'll have a few days to get it. So make sure you grab it. And by the way, just go ahead and grab it while you can. You can even go to Xbox.com, log into your account, and actually remotely set it for download so you won't forget. And we'll put a link in our show notes if you want to grab that. Now this, Joe, maybe you can explain to the kiddies out there. This is Google trying to get smart with Minecraft, and they launched something called QCraft. And I want to try to make it as simple as possible without confusing the kids out there, because there's a lot of big words. But they want to try to get kids excited about quantum physics in Minecraft, right, Joe? So what?
Yeah.
What's the deal? What's Google doing?
Actually, it's kind of interesting. So it's a mod pack for Minecraft called QCraft.
Okay.
And it lets, in a nutshell, it lets players experiment with quantum behaviors inside Minecraft's world.
Okay.
So it does interesting things. I don't know exactly how to describe it. I haven't actually tried it yet.
Yeah, well, that's why I said. I'm going to jump ahead in the video. But basically, utilizing redstone, there are many different, dare I say it, ways you can learn about quantum mechanics. It's really, really thing. Now, this is only for the PC. And obviously, it actually relies on Forge. So it uses, you can either add it as a part of a Tekkit, a Hexit, or a Feed the Beast server if you would like, and it will be made part of those mod packs eventually. But it'll be interesting to see how this goes. What Google's basically saying is they anticipate the future, the budding engineers of quantum mechanics and computing in the future are the ones who are playing Minecraft now.
And if they can get those guys interested in this idea, the quantum mechanics and quantum computing concept, then they have a real strong hope for the future in terms of going there.
Look at that. That staircase came out of nowhere. So it's so strange. So he comes over here.
It is.
It's like, boom, there it is.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. We'll see. We'll see exactly how it goes. I'm sure people want to check it out. One of the cool things about it is they did Google talked to Minecraft.edu and Caltech about it when they were developing it. So it's cool. I think it's a cool idea, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping it takes off, and it's something that a lot of kids get into. So.
Well, we've talked about it many, many times here on the show, how educational institutions are utilizing Minecraft to help push a message. And now Google obviously wants to get the engineers of tomorrow on board.
They want the engineers of tomorrow today.
Yes. So there you go. There you go, Google. That one's for free. You can use that. Final news story.
I want royalties.
Yeah. Good luck. As we talked about on the top of the show, Minecraft 1.7.1 is out as of right now, and there is a laundry list of changes.
The 1.7.1 preview is
out right now. As you can see,
you have to be set to get beta versions in your launcher if you want 1.7.1.
We'll show you how to do that. We'll show you how to do it from scratch. It's not hard at all. But there you go. There's a long list. We're not going to talk about it because we're going to show you everything you need to know. Finally, I want to give you guys 2 updates about Minecon. First, the shirts. Now, unfortunately, we did not hit our goal of 100 shirts sold. Sold. I can't speak. But here they are. Now, a lot of people got emails this week saying, my order got processed. Well, Teespring reached out to me, and they say, hey, look, we know that you're not going to reach your goal. However, we can go ahead and print these shirts for you basically at cost. So what that means is we didn't make anything on the shirts. I went ahead and had them printed for you guys because I know a lot of you wanted these shirts, obviously, and so you're getting them. Now, the bad news is we're not going to get these in time for episode 100 to you. So I do apologize for that because we had to extend out the deadline a little bit. You might receive it in time, but I'm not holding my breath. So when you do get the shirts, feel free to put them on and share them with us in the pictures into the show. And we'll help celebrate on episode 101. Gosh, 101. That sounds so weird. But we'll definitely share them. Joe and I and the GeekGamerTV crew will have advanced shirts for our episode 100 that we got through a secondary provider and got them on our own. So that's what I wanted to let you guys know about. If you got in on the shirts, congratulations, you're getting one. And I don't know if I'm going to do anything like that again, just because we just didn't get the demand for it. And that honestly, that happens. So no big deal there. Finally, I want to talk to you guys about Minecon. Obviously, we're going to be heading down there. The entire GeekGamerTV crew. We're all great, good friends in real life, and we're going to go down there to cover the big event. That being said, if you are heading down there as well and you want to meet up with us, you can definitely do so. If you head over to our website at GeekGamer.tv, the top story right now is the Minecraft Me episode 100 taping. If you want to join us for our episode 100, if you're heading to Minecon, you live in the area, and you want to just hang out with us as we record episode 100, and it will probably be a reflection of what we saw at Minecon and everything else that we've done over 100 episodes, please join us Sunday, November 3rd at 8 p.m. local time, so that's 8 p.m. Eastern time, at Dave & Buster's in Orlando. They have been very gracious to offer us some space, and if you are heading down there to the event and you head to Dave & Buster's and then you show them your Minecon convention badge, you will get an awesome special promotion thanks to Dave & Buster's. So if you want to attend, make sure you come to the website. Come to geekgamer.tv ggtv.me/Minecon meetup. And I'll have a link in the show notes, so don't worry if you don't remember. And make sure you reply to the thread. Reply to the post. Put a comment in there saying, yes, I will be there. I just want to try to get a rough count of how many people are coming. And obviously, after we record the show, we're going to play games, we're going to eat, we're going to have some probably adult beverages if you're over the age of 21. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to wrap up an incredible weekend and then fly back home on Monday. So please come and join us. And by the way, I've never been to a Dave & Buster's.
I was going to say I haven't either.
So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It should be a lot of fun. So please join us if you can. And by the way, the invite has been extended to everybody that's going to Minecon. Obviously, we can't take everybody. But if you want to come and hang out with some Minecraft podcasters, I've extended the invite out to OMG Craft and everybody that's heading down there. If you want to come and join us, please come and hang out with us. We'd love to have you and just hang. It'd be a lot of fun. All right, Joe, are you strapped in? Because we have an extensive episode about Minecraft this week, 171. And can you remember a time, Joe, when an episode, not an episode, but an update was this thick and extensive? I mean, this is just big.
Well, the thing about 1.7 is it from the player's point of view, there's quite a bit there. Obviously the new biomes, there's a few new blocks, but really there were a lot of changes on the back end. Huge changes on the back end. Entirely new network code, entirely new sound system, just tons of major changes on the back end that'll make it better for the future. And then also a bunch of stuff that is allowing them to push the API forward. So they'll be able to go to the API more easily because of some of the changes they're putting into 1.7. So really cool. We'll talk about, we're not going to be able to obviously demo everything. Some of the stuff you can't demo. I mean, how do I show you new netcode? Look, the packets, they look different. But we are going to try to at least touch on everything, and we're going to try to check out a few of the new things in actual game and show you what they look like.
Definitely. So, all right, guys.
Some of the stuff I couldn't find either. That was
first thing we're going to jump into is actually show you how to play the preview edition of 1.7 and set up a new profile with your launcher while still keeping your old versions intact. So let's play some Minecraft. Here we go.
Let's play.
So no doubt you're going to have your Minecraft launcher. The current version is 1.2.7. And here is how it works. Now, it's real simple. I'm going to show you guys real quickly how to set up a brand new profile for the preview. If you want to follow along at home, no doubt by this time this hits air, it's going to be the full regular version. But just in case you want to set up a brand new profile, here's how it works. Real simple. You want to click on that new profile button down there in the lower left-hand corner. Click on that. You're going to get a profile editor that will pop up and just give it a name of something you want to use, say 171 Madness. All right, there we go. And then, and then it's very important that you check the box here. This is Enable Experimental Development Versions or Snapshots. Check that box. It's going to give you another warning message saying, hey, be careful, because if you try to run this on an existing world, it might corrupt it, so be careful. So say yes, you want to continue. And then under Use Version, you want to drop that down, and then you'll scroll up to the very top there where it says Snapshot 171. Now, you can also set up this profile to run the very, very latest edged version, or if you want to stick it onto one specific version, you just click on that. So I'm going to do 171, and I'm going to leave my arguments here for using 8 gigs of memory. I'll save it. And now it's 171 Madness. I'm going to hit play. Real simple and easy. And then, as if by magic, Joe, I'm in. Here it goes. And I'm going to actually take it full screen real quick. You guys can see it says 171 there in the bottom left corner. All right, Joe. So we're ready. So I'm going to jump in and jump into our private server. Now, one thing I've noticed right off, even before jumping in, Joe, I don't know if you noticed this too.
Yeah.
Is even the multiplayer screen's a little bit different. There's a space here on the left. No doubt for a server graphic, I assume.
Right, yeah. We touched on this on one of the snapshots. Is they're going to have the ability to put your own server graphic up, so you'd actually see the graphic for that server there. Haven't figured out exactly how to do that yet, and we don't have a server that's running 1.7 other than the
test, the one, yeah,
the show, the server I set up for this.
Yep. So let's go ahead and jump in. So we're gonna join our 171 server, and I am here out in the middle of nowhere with no inventory, and it's
I think you should be in creative.
I am in creative. Yep.
So
okay.
So yeah, so I mean, it's still Minecraft, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
well, of course it's
except
Minecraft.
for the whole poof when you land. I still think that's a cool effect. I like that.
Oh, poof.
Poof. Yeah, see?
And let me make sure my sounds are set up here. I'm gonna turn down the music.
Yeah, turn the music.
You don't need music.
And remember, that's why don't we start right there? That's one of the big changes. Is
music
notice
and sound
how
options.
there's
Wow.
a bunch of different sound options now. So
Yeah.
if you want music to be a different volume, then you want say for example, you don't want to hear all of the dogs and the chickens and stuff like that. You turn the friendly creatures down, but you still want to hear when that creeper comes up before you and blows up.
Of course. Yes.
So you can leave that turned up and stuff like that. So it's really cool. They've broken that out. If there's sounds you absolutely can't stand, like say somebody keeps playing a jukebox near you, you can turn that down and just get it out of the way.
For sure.
But that's really cool. So I really, really do like that. But and of course, there's always a master volume that controls. That's the overriding volume for everything.
So I'm gonna turn down music all the way. That's all I need. The other thing I'm gonna do real quick is in video settings. I'm gonna turn lighting all the way up.
Yep, full bright. It's already full bright.
Oh yeah,
down one.
But this seems more
it is a little
too.
different.
Yeah.
They've added a few things.
Yeah.
And really cool that they've added some newer
more render
things
distance.
Better render distance and a max frame rate lock. So some cool stuff in there. Really, really nice stuff to have in there.
Yeah.
Server textures is kind of a cool option. You're going to be able to, and you've kind of been able to do this in the past, but now you'll definitely be able to push a server texture file from the server and either have your clients automatically download. Say you have a texture you really like for your server, you can have them automatically download it if they can't find it from another source, or if you don't want to bother with them doing that.
Cool.
They do have the option of whether they want to use it or not, and obviously they can turn off server textures there. So if you're worried about hopping onto a server that says, oh, you have to be running this 128 by 128 texture and you have a laptop from 3 years ago, you can just disable that whole thing and not worry about it.
Cool.
So other changes, as you go into we'll talk about the menu real quick. As you go into that picker, you can see on decoration blocks, the icon is now flowers. We talked about that in one of the snapshots. And if you actually click on that, you'll see there's no more rose. There's now, poppies and orchids and
dandelion, poppy, blue orchids, alum.
Yeah.
We'll probably see a rose come back.
Daisies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see something come back probably. We'll probably see that. And if you scroll that window down a little further, you can see the other big block change
stained
glass. So stained glass is really cool. We talked about
carpet
this just a couple of episodes ago. Yeah. How you can have your stained glass. So you can do, and I've already seen some really cool pictures of people just doing fantastic pixel art and stuff like that using stained glass. So it's a really cool. I think it's a really cool thing. I really like them. And
Thompson Gaming in the chat room is letting me know that the rose is still there, but it's a bush now.
That is true. There is the rose bush now, but it's not the same as having a rose flower.
Fair enough.
So, here's the rose. This is what the rose bush looks like. See, so it's actually 2 blocks high.
Okay. So. Cool. All right.
Anyway,
so we got you got some new stained glass, which is very pretty.
Stained glass, some new flowers. Those are cool. We're going to talk. I want to talk about this, but we're not going to actually get into it too much.
Okay.
I seem to have lost there it is, my screen with my notes. All right, so I want to talk about, but we're not going to really demo this. It's some new fishing stuff. Fishing mechanics have changed a little bit, and you can catch things other than fish now.
What?
Let's I know it's weird. Well, I mean, if you go fishing, you can catch boots and stuff. Isn't that the old cartoon thing?
Yes,
anyway,
it is.
So now you can catch 7 total things, including raw fish, raw salmon, clownfish, and pufferfish. Those are those are the 4 different kinds of fish, and there are also 7 types of treasure.
Wow,
that you can acquire, including name tags, which people really, really want because the only other way to find them are in chests in dungeons.
Okay,
so those are cool.
Nice.
Other things you can find: enchanted positive things, enchanted fishing rods, enchanted bows, enchanted books, tripwire hooks, lily pads, and saddles. You can actually gather all of those by fishing. Things you can capture that you don't necessarily want. Damaged fishing rods. Yay. Water bottles. Again, who really cares? Rotten flesh. Great. Good for feeding your dog, I guess.
Yeah.
String, leather, bowls, sticks, boots, or damaged boots. So you can pick up those. They also added a couple of new enchantments to the fishing rods. Lure, which reduces the amount of time it takes to catch an item. And Luck of the Sea, which increases the chance of getting treasure and decreases the chance of getting junk, which is cool. But that's fishing. They did make some pretty cool changes in fishing. I'll be interested in playing with those. Let's see. What else? There are so many other things we can go to. Let's talk about. We'll talk about. I liked this one. So the two things here. We're going to talk about Nether portals, and we're not going to demo these, and we'll talk about the edge of the world.
Okay.
So everybody knows Minecraft on the PC is huge.
Yes, big worlds.
Yeah, big worlds. In fact, 30 million blocks is now the official border for the world.
Oh my goodness.
And at 30 million blocks, so that's from wherever the start point of the map is, which roughly is where we're standing. So if we went 30 million blocks in any direction, we would eventually hit the edge. Now, what's interesting is it used to be that when you hit the edge, you could fall through and just fall through chunks and fall forever. Now they've made it so that every block past 30 million is a solid block. So when you reach that 30 million block point after days of flying to get there, you will stop. Just stop dead. So it's pretty cool. You can, however, be teleported outside of that, and then you will still fall. But,
man. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so you shouldn't be able to cross the border, which I think is actually not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And nether portals. They changed nether portals a little bit. They still work the same way. They still are created the same way, but you can have much, much bigger nether portals now. Used to be a size limit on them. Now you can have I forget how many blocks it is, like 40 some blocks square, I think. I lost my note on where that was. But huge nether portals now. And the only requirement is they have to be rectangular or square-ish.
Okay.
So why don't we hit on... Oh, well, the death screen changed a little bit too, but nobody really cares. Why don't we hit on a little bit of the chat system changing?
Okay.
If you did you see where I went?
No.
Turn around.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. Come on, follow me up this way. Okay. So don't click the button yet.
Okay.
But this is obviously command block.
Right.
Actually, we'll talk about that too. They added levels to admin permissions in the server properties. It's set for all ops though, not just a specific op. What that means is, it used to be that any console command so I just stopped you. Any console command you could type into the console on the server, like if you were actually on the server's console, you could run from the chat if you were an op. Now it's set so that there's limits. You can set what you want your ops to be able to do. That means you can't have an op on the server. It's no longer. You can now have an op on the server who can interact with command blocks and create command blocks and do things like that, but can't run the command stop to turn the server off. So why don't we try that? We'll hope it works. If it doesn't work, well, I'll restart the server and we'll get back to it.
Okay.
But you should be able to do /stop in your chat.
All right. So /stop. I do not have permission.
It says you don't have permission.
Right.
So that's really cool. I don't have permission to do it. Nobody in the server, no ops in the server at this point would have permission to do that. So that means if you're running a server like we are, and I've been really nervous about putting command blocks out there because they have to be an op to do it, and being an op means they can do anything they want, any console command they want. That makes me really nervous. But now I don't have to worry about it as much. You can actually restrict down what commands ops are allowed to run, which is really cool.
Wow.
This is the other thing that's really cool is, speaking of command blocks, they've improved the way you can pass chat information to players.
Okay.
So if you right-click on this command block,
got it.
See that ridiculously long command up there? It starts with /tellraw and it ends with /tp.
My God.
Yeah, it's absurd. You can do super long things as long as you remove all the carriage returns. You can do a really long command in there. But what this one actually does is go ahead and close that and then click on the button.
Okay.
I'm going to set the time back to day. You see what happened in your chat?
No.
Okay, try now. That was too close.
Teleport me.
So now hit T and click on that.
What do you
Click
mean
on teleport me.
What do you mean hit T?
Hit T.
Yeah.
And click on the teleport me where it says teleport me in green text.
Oh, click on the text.
Click on the text. Hey, look at that. It teleported you.
Whoa. I didn't know you had to click on the text.
Yeah, so now you can actually have commands passed to a player. So you could have a command block that you click on the command block, and the example they used is have one that says daytime or nighttime.
So
and
see,
they can click and pick if they wanted to change the day or night.
You might need to add in the text, click here to teleport me.
This is just an example.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, what? I don't get it. Wow.
So anyway, I think that's a really cool feature. Now, what that's done, though, what actually it teleported us to is this is an example of one of the new biomes.
Wow.
This is a mesa biome. If you hit F3, you'll see it actually says mesa for the biomes. And you can see it has this really pretty, I think these are beautiful blocks. The colors and the banding, like actual layers, just you can fly.
Yeah, like the water level like lowered, and
well, like you'd see in real life canyons and mesas, and in the Southwest U.S. would be a really, really good example. But yeah, I just think this is just really beautiful terrain. I love this stuff. And these are colored clay blocks. So now you have another option besides just wool blocks for doing your pixel art. You'll have a bunch of different colors in clay blocks, as well as, of course, the stained glass we already talked about and stuff like that. So I really love this terrain. I just love the look of this. And if you fly up, you can get a good overhead view and really get an idea of what it looks like. It's a really, really beautiful area. Wow. So, but this is one of many biomes that have been added or modified. And if we go back down to the teleport button, we'll head over and check out another one. The other one's not very far away, so we actually could fly there, but we're not going to.
We'll utilize the cool commands here.
Yeah, we'll just push the button.
I love that.
And yeah, I know. Yeah, and the higher you are, the bigger the cloud that comes up when you land. So we're still in the mesa. We're still right at the edge of the mesa biome. But
right.
If you fly out this way, and actually, I'm going to give you here. Let me give you this. I'll give you a one that doesn't run for quite as long. Because this one runs for like 8 minutes. So
all right.
Here, I'll just splash potion you with that. So this is a night vision potion. This is so we can see underwater.
Okay.
As we head out here, you can see this is normal ocean over here.
Okay.
See how deep it is, and then we're over deep ocean is what this is called, and you can see it's about 30 blocks deeper, and the terrain on the bottom varies quite a bit.
Wow.
So this is a new biome, is this deep ocean biome. So if you were ever thinking about building a giant underwater, complex or something like this, deep ocean would be a good place to do it because you have a lot more water over your head. So that's one of the other new biomes.
Okay.
We're gonna head back and we're gonna talk about it's not a new. Where did my teleport? There it's not a new biome, but it is modified.
Okay.
And we're gonna head over there. I tried to find some really cool ones, but I had a hard time finding it. I just hope they add. I really want them to add like effects for teleport. Okay, so now you're in a forest, but if you turn around, look to your left.
Turn around, look at my left. Okay.
Yeah, look to your left. You see the trees over here? So this is a jungle biome now. And you can see the trees are very different. They're shaped, I think, completely differently. They are four blocks, so 2 blocks square for the trunk now. And you can find not just the not just the beans and the stuff like that. You also will now find melons in some of these jungle biomes.
Oh, that's super impressive.
So I think they're really cool, and this is a pretty big jungle biome. I flew around in here for a while trying to find other biomes that I ended up not being able to find. So we'll teleport. I think I have one more.
Okay.
To check out. See if I can figure out where I am.
Oh, there you are.
Completely turned around. Yeah.
I could definitely get lost here very easily.
Yeah. Okay, and this last section, this is a representation. This isn't a real what's called a flower forest, but it's a sort of representation of what they look like. And you can see there's trees interspersed with whole bunches of flowers. Flower forest actually will have more flowers than this. This is just sort of a random collection that happened to show up in one area. This is not a true flower forest, but there will be flowers all over the ground, and I think they look kind of cool actually. But there's a whole bunch of other ones, and I sent you a link to show pictures of some of them. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, I can definitely pull to that real quick here.
Okay.
So the one of the pictures that you showed me.
Go to the second link, the link I added later.
So this is I didn't see the second link. Well, here's a picture of the ice plains.
Right. So yeah, this is called an ice plain spikes biome, and they're fairly unusual. But the spikes are usually spikes are only a few blocks tall, but some really long, thin block spikes can form up to 120 blocks from ground. So that sort of gives you an idea. And I could not find one of these to actually fly around, and it took me a long time to find what I found. So that there are let me see, how many new biomes are there? I can't remember how many they said, but it's over 20 variants for the biomes now, which is pretty outstanding. If you go back to that other link, the second link that's in there, it'll actually take you to a wiki page that has pictures of all of the different biomes.
Oh, here we go. Sweet.
So yeah. So if you scroll kind of up closer to the top, a little bit more, a little more.
The flower forest.
One more photo.
Oh, the
right
extreme
there.
hills.
Okay, so the very first one is Sunflower Plains.
Oh.
Not all the way to the top.
Oh, there it is.
Up right there.
Yep.
Yeah, Sunflower Plains. Okay. So that Sunflower Plains, they are based on the plains biome, and sunflowers will naturally spawn there in abundance. Obviously, you can see bunches of them in there. But it is because one of the things that's cool about it is it's a variation to the plains biome, which means horses will spawn there as well.
Ah, very cool. Okay.
The next one on that list is the Desert M biome.
Okay.
Which is, so they modified deserts. It used to be, remember how you'd wander around a desert and all of a sudden there'd be a pool of water?
Yeah.
That's weird for a desert. So they modified that so deserts don't spawn with water anymore, except for these. These are special Desert M biomes that end up with water in them.
Okay.
The next one is Extreme Hills M, which is just like Extreme Hills, but they feature higher peaks and frequently will go into the clouds, and they often have small populations of different trees, spruce trees usually. Flower Forest we already talked about. That's the next one. The other one that's really cool, the next one that down after Flower Forest is the Taiga M, which is a mountainous version of Taiga. Well, what they did is they changed Taiga, so now Taiga no longer always has snow. It used to be, it was always a snow biome. You know, you'd see snow all over the trees and mountains and stuff like that. So it's not that way anymore. Now the default biome is just trees, tall trees.
Wow.
And they're really cool. But there is a version of it that has snow as well. So they're just less common. The next one down is Swampland M. Slightly hillier with greener grass. Cool. Next one down, we talked about ice spikes or ice plain spikes. We already talked about that one. I think it's really cool. I really want to find one of these. I really do. I haven't found one yet. I really, really want to find one. They look cool to fly around. Anyway, Jungle M is modification on Jungle. Jungle Edge, which is how jungles sort of merge into other ones. A lot of these are modifications on existing biomes that have already been out there. One of the new ones is called the Roofed Forest biome, which is if you scroll down a little ways, you'll see it right there. You can see it's kind of got rolling, steep hills with very large trees on it. And the idea is that it's the roofed forest is like a very dense one that the light doesn't get through to the ground very much. The tree canopy pretty much fills it all in, which is a cool concept. And the M version is basically mountainous.
Ah, very nice.
And a few others.
Well,
we
Savannah
talked about, we already
great.
saw Mesa. Yeah, Savannah. I think Savannah
Wow.
is really pretty. It's
That is
it's
really
a sort of a
nice.
dry, sort of a blend between plains and desert. But yeah, it's really cool. I love the new biomes. Like I said, there's like 20 mod versions of biomes now, in addition to the main biomes. And the hill, I love the new mesa biome. I love the colors that are in the new mesa biome. I think they look spectacular. We checked that out. That was the first one we visited. So those are the big biome changes. Those are what a lot of people are going to see, and I think they're really fantastic. I really do think they're beautiful. Other things in this update, things we'll talk about a little bit here. Let me find some ground to hang out on for just a minute. We'll set the time back today. So we'll talk about the tree. So now there's that's a fern. Some of the trees now are 2 blocks high. Some of the plantings. We showed the rose bush, which is 2 blocks high. There's also large fern, so you can see it's 2 blocks high. And the rose bush again. There's peony, I think. Yeah, there you go. Pink flowers.
Oh,
A lot more flowers. Somebody added. And double tall grasses now. So you can see that's the double tall grass as opposed to the.
you know what I've
the
also
regular
noticed
grass.
too, Joe, is like when I highlight a block, I see an easier edge, the black a black border. I don't know if you noticed
I
that.
think they've thickened that a little bit. I've never really noticed it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
I
it's
noticed
a
the
change
regular
enough
edge
that it
well
kind of
enough,
notices it to me anyway. But
yeah. So, other things. There's some new wood types. There is a new wood type rather. There are acacia wood and dark oak,
ooh,
which are ever so slightly different colored from regular. Let's see. So here's acacia is a big difference. Dark oak is not a big difference. So there's acacia.
wow.
And on the side, and dark oak. So here's dark oak next to it. And regular oak, I'll show you what that looks like real quick. So regular oak is, obviously you can see a difference there. But pretty cool. And then they also have wood planks that go along with it and stairs that go along with it, as well as slabs and stuff like that.
Definitely looks cool. I like that.
Yeah. I like the acacia. I like that color is really cool. The acacia planks. Let's see. I'll show you. Those are they take the inner color. So the planks are, there's the planks, or there's not a plank, but there's a flat for the acacia, and there's the stairs for the acacia.
I like that.
I'm sorry, a slab and stairs. So yeah, I really like the color. I think those are cool.
And by the way, you guys, I am using the default. There's no texture pack
Yeah.
or resource pack I'm using. This is all default,
Yeah.
so you can see the true colors here.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh, actually, since we're talking about resource packs, let's talk about that. They're a little different now. So it used to be with texture packs. Obviously, they were just texture packs. Just texture packs. That's all they were. Just textures. Resource packs changed that. Now you can do sounds and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, now you actually can combine different resource packs together. So if you go back into your client and go to options and go to resource packs, you'll see the interface is a little different.
All right, so I'm going to go in there, go options, resource packs. Whoa, wow.
Yeah. So now the resource packs you have available are on the left and the selected resource packs are on the right. Now, what's cool about this is if you're somebody who makes a resource pack, but all you want to do is audio, but say you really you find this audio resource pack you really, really like, but you want to have a graphical pack that looks different, you can combine those two together and have those two put together. So really, really cool. I'm not sure exactly how this works exactly, but it is pretty cool.
So why are these showing up here? Like, why do I see these if I...
They're in your resource packs folder.
So will these mean that they'll work?
They might work. They are at least resource packs, so they should work.
So I can drag it over.
Yep.
And so what? This goes on top of this, basically.
It's
just a little confusing.
The way it works is if so. Right now you have.
Oh wow!
So
it
now
does work.
Yeah. So, but go back into resource packs real quick.
Okay.
And take the Acme pack and drag and put it over there.
Okay.
Now hover over Faithful. See a little up arrow and down arrow?
Yeah.
So the top one, it'll work its way down from the top. So any textures that the top one doesn't have,
then the next
one
has
it, we'll fill it in.
Oh my god!
So if the top one doesn't have
grass,
it doesn't have the audio files, or it doesn't have the right kind of fire, or whatever,
right. Yeah,
it will skip that one and load it from the next texture pack.
That is very
and also, of course, you can go into the texture packs and delete those pieces if you don't want them, and force it to use the next one. But I think that's pretty cool.
I'm gonna try that. So right now I'm in Acme pack, then Faithful 32. So wow. So basically, as we can see, I don't think this texture pack's fully working on some of the things. But obviously these blocks are brand new. But wow, this is so interesting.
Yeah, and any textures that aren't in the packs, instead of having that texture not available icon anymore,
right?
You'll have the default texture in there. So I
like how they set that up. That's really nice.
Yeah, that'll make a big difference. It'll make things a lot easier. So we talked about the different biomes. Let's see. We've really covered quite a bit here. There's some new potions. We're not really going to show those, but there's some new potions. Potion of water breathing requires a puffer fish, and you can breathe underwater for 3 minutes.
Wow,
which is cool. Talked about stained glass. One of the things I like is, and this seems like a really minor thing, but flint and steel is no longer it's what's called a shapeless texture pack or crafting recipe. So you don't have to have the pieces in a certain place. You can just put them anywhere in your crafting bench, and they'll just make flint and steel.
Okay,
which it makes sense. I understand. Some other new plants, dead bushes. They can be placed on hardened and on the clay blocks and on dirt, but not on grass. What else? We talked about this in because I completely forgot about it, but we talked about this in where did you fall? Holy smokes!
Hi, I'm down here.
So we talked about this in we talked about this thing with the maps in one of the snapshots, but we haven't really. We showed it off there, but we'll hit it again. So if you have a map and let's say you're building your sweet house with your new wood frame,
okay,
and you want to put your map on the wall. Normally, right, you put an item frame up there, and you put your map, and it's inside the little item frame. But now
the frame just got bigger.
The map didn't render for you. Here, let me pass you the map. Take a look at that.
Okay, so there's the map. But I noticed whoa, wow. Yep, the whole...
So now it covers the entire block. So that means you can actually craft your maps. As you explore your world, you can end up with an entire wall that is one giant high detail map. And the maps have way more color support now. I actually saw somebody who hacked together a custom map pack so they could literally have a picture of Mona Lisa on their wall in map tiles.
That is impressive.
Really cool stuff. A whole lot of other changes. Iron golems, they're dropping poppies now instead of roses.
I noticed there's two dots on the map too. We can see each other.
Yeah, you can see where you are and see where other players are around you. I like this. Creepers will explode if you ignite them with flint and steel. And witches, we talked about this, are more dangerous. They will spawn not just inside their hut, but also outside the hut. So if you're wandering through it used to be if you wandered through the jungle and you saw a witch hut, you could keep your distance and not worry about it. Now you have to worry about it because that thing could spawn outside of it and chase you down and kill you. But and then there are so many. There's like 80 bug fixes listed here, just ridiculous. So huge changes. I love the new biomes. I love the new blocks. I love the clay blocks and stuff. I'm really looking forward to this. And the network code's supposed to be a lot better. The logging for server admin, the logging side is a lot better. They're using some standard logging protocols now, so we can do a lot more with it. Really cool update, totally worthwhile update, and it just makes me look forward to the next one, because the next logical thing is the API. It really is.
And that's one of those things, Joe, that we're actually really hoping for.
Oh yeah, big time.
Because of the fact that
it'll make everybody who
make
does
updates
mods
a lot simpler. Yeah.
It'll just make their lives so much easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then make those of us who run servers, it'll make our lives so much easier because of that.
Now, I do want to preface this to everybody that our server, once all the mods that we use are updated to 1.7.2, or whatever the current 1.7 standard is, that is when we will begin work on setting up our new server. And we will give you a date. Yeah. We will give you a time to transition from the old to the new. We will set a date. We will be very, very specific in letting you guys know, because we know a lot of you love a fresh map. But at the same time, we definitely want to, set up roads and bring our spawn manor over, and AT&T Park, and some of the really awesome things that we've done as a community together. We want to help preserve that. So don't worry if you still want to mess around with 1.7.1. I know that Joe and we've talked about doing some very special things, like maybe a pure vanilla 30-day survival experience kind of a
ultra
thing.
Hardcore.
Yeah, ultra hardcore. Which
so you play on the server, and
you die once, you're gone.
You're banned from the server until it resets.
Yeah. And what we would do is, I think we would whitelist. We would get a list of players. We would whitelist them. So this way a player couldn't jump in on the last day and say, oh, yeah, I survived to the end. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to get in on
logs.
Yeah.
There'll be logs.
Oh, I know, but lock them down. So anyway, there you go. Obviously, there's a lot of great detail in 1.7. Totally excited to hear more about it at Minecon, because we know we will. And then just to let you guys know, to kind of bring it full circle, the next thing that we have to work on, Joe, when we come back from Minecon, is getting those rewards out.
Oh, yeah.
And which reminds me, I forgot to do something this week.
Uh-oh.
I'm writing it down now. Custom postcards.
Oh, yeah. Those are important.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't know if they can do it in 4 days. Otherwise, I'll have to make them myself. I do have a color laser printer, so there we go.
And a cutting board?
Yeah, I do.
Paper cutter board?
Yeah.
Not like a kitchen cutting board.
No, not a knife or anything, but yeah. All right, you guys. So there you go. Now, obviously, we're not doing this.
I'm thinking
go ahead.
that, so we're going to do episode 100.
Yeah.
We're going to film it from down in Orlando.
Yeah.
101 will probably be like, I can't believe we're back, and it's going to be a few weeks later, because I'm busy as all heck through November.
Yeah. Well, we may have we may do the show on different days, though. Like,
that's true too. But I mean, we'll take a brief break of some kind,
right?
And then I'm thinking like 102 or 103 can be our Hunger Games episode, our next Hunger Games.
Well, we got to contact all the people, and I want to try to.
I know, but we're giving them like 3 or 4 weeks notice.
I know, but I want to contact them and see what the best time and day is for them, and we'll give them 3 options, and the majority will win.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best way of doing it.
But the other thing too important to keep in mind is, if you miss the first one, if you're on that list of having a seed in the next Hunger Games and you miss the first one, we'll do it again, and you'll have a guaranteed seed for that one too.
Yep.
So until you use it, you will have one. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense to me.
Okay, I understood it, and you understood it, and that's 100%. Everyone understood it.
All right. Last thing I want to do is, even though we're not doing any texture pack picks or anything like that, I definitely want to give a big thanks to all you guys who stayed up late and hung out with us and really watch the show with us and hang out in the chat room before and after. And right now, the moderators should be peltering these guys right here that are in our Manor Theater. We give them some much-needed EXP to help them craft their enchantments.
They heard the cue. That was
They
good.
heard the cue. That's perfect. So here you go, all you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us as we do the show live. And if you want to hang out in the server when we do the show live, that'd be the best thing, because then you get this. And with 171, we'll have a brand new Manor Theater that I will work on. Not bad for my first theater, though. I'm very happy with it.
Yeah.
It's worked out well.
Yeah.
Maybe a multi-screen, multiplex kind of a deal. I don't know. So there.
Well, you're talking about a cinema there, right?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's just a one-screen thing, right? Yeah.
Well, a theater is where you go to watch a play. A cinema is where you go to watch.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's
Not
true.
to be overly technical. On Anyway.
All right. Well, let's jump to the mailbag. It's time for some Minecraft Me messages. Here we go.
It's time to open up the old mailbag. It's time for Minecraft Me messages.
All right, you guys, Minecraft Me messages where you can send in your stuff. We love videos, by the way. Minecraft Me at GeekGamer.tv. You can attach it, or you can actually upload it to YouTube. And Joe, we not just got one, but we got two videos.
What?
Yeah, can you go figure that one out? Here's
That is crazy.
I know. Here's the first one. Here we go.
Hey Jason Joey, this is a message from Minecraft Me messages. I was wondering, what would be the best capturing software to capture, your gameplay like Minecraft on the PC, laptop, PC in general, anything. Because I really want to know, because I'm trying to start off, YouTube channel. I had this suggestion about the mic for last Minecraft Me, getting Joe's mic eventually, hopefully. But sorry for this being, it's not really long, but, I know you're not doing texture pack showcase this week, because you're doing 1.7, but, Stacks is a great texture pack. I don't know if you guys covered it yet, but it's, Stacks.
It's good.
BD Craft Stacks is a great texture pack, just letting you guys know. Well, I'm Nate, if you guys, Jason, you remember I called in like a couple Minecraft meetings ago, but that's my question. What's the best capturing software for the PC, etc. to capture Minecraft? Okay, thank you.
So sorry about his
podcast, guys.
Sorry, you might have not been able to hear him very well, but his question was he wants to know what the best piece of software that he could use to capture his gameplay on his PC laptop. Now, one thing you got to realize is capturing on the same system as you're playing is intensive, depending on the resolution, of course, that you're running. So bear this in mind. You could get a free version of software or an expensive version of software, but your limitation may end up being your actual system. So I just wanted to throw that out there. If you're looking for a free solution, Open Broadcast software is great on the PC, and we'll put a link in the show notes so you can grab that. If you're looking for a paid solution, Wirecast 5 just came out today, and they have some enhanced features for game capture. The good thing about both of those pieces of software is not only that you can record locally, but you can broadcast at the same time if you so choose. So there's some really good features there on those two. There's other programs that can record, but I'm kind of going towards gaming-centric or programs that are really made for that purpose. So,
well, another one, if you're just talking about recording, though, is actually Fraps is a pretty good
Fraps
program.
is
That's
great
been
too.
around for years.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So that's a good one. If all you care about is recording to your local machine, that's a pretty good option. But OBS, I like OBS, and I mean all those, they all do a really good job at it. It's just dependent on how much money you want to spend on in it, and how much of a system you have behind it, because it does take some CPU and bandwidth.
The only thing that I would add to that, Joe, is he needs a little bit better mic. If he's going to do voiceover stuff, get a good mic, and we got a good one. $35 for ATR 2100. We'll have a link to that in the show notes. I mean, it's a great microphone. So that's what Joe uses.
It's good.
Yeah, this one's good too.
Yeah.
Here,
you have to have a soundboard though.
That's true. That's true. Here is our next video message. Here we go.
And Jace, GeekGamerTV here, back for another amazing question for this game. Hey, I have a question for Joe. Is it possible to create the server map before you actually render it? Say you put in some configuration settings in a properties file that would give it, let's say, amplified. If you wanted to, instead of having to recreate the amplified map on your single player first and then import it in. If you've got any ideas, it'd be great. Thanks for the great show and enjoy making videos for you guys.
Thanks for the video question. By the way, I don't think your headset microphone was working. It sounded like you're on your laptop microphone. Just wanted to let you know.
Yeah.
I'm a big audiophile. What can I say? Joe, you're the server admin dude. Can he get things kind of ready to rock before things launch? Like, can he do what he's asking?
Yeah. So I think what he's asking, I'm not 100% on this, is can you generate the generation options you have in single player? When you create a single player world, you get that a bunch of different options how you want the world to be. Can you use those options to generate a world on a server as well, rather than generating it single player and then moving it over to the server? And you absolutely can. In the server.properties file, there's a spot where, and actually, let me get my console up so I know exactly what it's called, because I happen to have it somewhere around here. Here it is. It's called generator-settings. It's an option in server.properties, and basically you can go in there. You'll have to do a little bit of searching on the Minecraft wikis and Googling it, because it's really complicated what all you can set there. But yeah, you can set your generator string there, and you can do a flatlines, you can do a amplified, you can do all the different kinds of map types that you can do in single player. You can also do there in the multiplayer, and it'll generate for you. Now, I think that's what you're asking. If what you're asking is, what you're actually asking is, can you pre-generate a world like what we do for the server, so that the server doesn't have to load or generate new chunks as it goes?
Right.
You can't do that with vanilla Minecraft, but you can do that with plugins.
Oh, cool.
The plugin that we use is it's a bucket plugin called World Borders, and it works pretty well. Basically, you define how big you want it to be. You say fill, and it says, are you sure you want to fill? Because it's going to take some time and some CPU. You say yes. And depending on how big it is, anywhere between 5-10 minutes to a couple hours later, you have a fully generated, filled in world. And it works really well, but it does take some time, because it has to go around and generate all those chunks, and they are generated off of the level seed that you use.
Cool.
So
now it's time for some written questions. First one comes in, and actually he did the video as well, JGeekW. He said he was watching episode 95 on his iPad when he received a phone call. He paused it, and he had to laugh at my expression, and he wanted to share that with everybody. So here is my expression. It looked like I was under the influence. Waking up. There you go. That's better. That's a better answer than what I had to say. There we go. Yeah. Michaela writes in.
Actually, you're in Washington, so either one would be fine.
Well, but depending on the business, though, they may not like it.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true. But yeah.
And we're not getting into this now because
no, that's true.
Michaela writes in and says, "Hey, I found a new app called Mind Dance. It makes your avatar dance. I found Chase's skin and got you a picture. I wanted to give you a video, but the email systems wouldn't let me. Thanks." By the way, Michaela, you can upload it to YouTube and then give us links. Sometimes if you make the video too big, email programs, and they can't do it. But here is the picture of me busting the move in my Star Trek uniform. I'm not a dancer, Joe. I am
not even an avatar. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, but I'm 6'5", and tall guys can't really dance. I know there's exceptions to the rule, but you know,
I go with the Scrubs rule.
What's the Scrubs rule?
White guys can't dance in public unless they're gay.
Moving on. Andrew writes in and wants to know how to download new snapshots so he can make a video. Well, go rewind this episode and you'll know.
It was earlier. We left you. You'll catch up.
Yes. Rob writes into the show. He says he was wondering two things. First, since we may be waiting for version 1.6x to come to the server due to server plugin issues, would Joe reconsider refreshing the resource maps again? Joe?
Yes.
Okay. We've already
My
established
intention is to do it tomorrow morning.
All right.
I have to get it done before what's the new game that's coming out tomorrow drops? I can't remember what
Doesn't
it's called.
matter. Just do it before.
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow morning. After I get up, I'll do it tomorrow morning.
And two, would we be allowed to make a wither killing room in the resource map out of bedrock that any player could use? This would help keep withers from getting away from the player and attacking other players, yet big enough that the user spawning the wither would still have a challenge killing the wither. Thanks, and as always, I hope this message was just the right length. You're welcome. Thank you. All right. So, one thing I was thinking about as a treat, and obviously I need to work out the logistics, but a lot of people may not realize, but I've been working on making an arena in the server, an actual big seated arena that people can watch things like horse races or wither kills. And so, what I think I'm going to do is try to make something so people can spawn withers in this one area, but only when an admin or moderator is present. So they're basically there to watch, make sure nothing gets out of hand, and it's an enclosed bedrock area. But it's big enough that you can fight it and have fun with it and stuff. So I know there are several arenas, but this would have to be an official community one, and obviously made out of bedrock, and we're the only ones that can get the bedrock going. So, we'll try to come up with something because I think that'd be kind of cool to see. So, all right. Oh wow, we actually got an audio question, and I totally missed it, and I actually haven't had a chance to preview it. So we'll save it for the next show, I promise.
Is this the one from? Starts saying hi, John J STV.
Yes.
That's the same. I think it is the same guy.
Oh,
who
okay.
Asked the video question and he asked an audio question. It's basically the same thing.
Okay, fair enough.
Because if you read the Google interpretation,
yeah,
I mean, there's no other word for it. That's what it sounds like.
Okay. Next one is came in from Mavic. Right, so it's episode 99 special. Greetings, Joe and Chase. In the last episode of last minute of 97, both of you mentioned a episode 99 special. What is it? The Hunger Games? Another event? Mavic. P.S. Also, last week's server showcase was actually supposed to be short and fat. Also, you missed the booze cellar. Okay. Episode 99. Well, I'm not going to tell you guys what's going to be in that episode. All I got to say is if you can watch it live, it'll be very cool. But if not, it's okay too. It's going to be fun. That's all I got to say. It's going to be a fun episode. I can't say much more about that. Let's see. Hi, guys. A friend of mine recently set up a server using Bucket and is having an issue with the grief protection plugin. As it currently stands, players are only permitted to place or even break blocks within the claimed area. Because of this, you'd only be able to harvest resources within a claim. He says that he can't find any sort of setting to change this. This is a bug or the way grief protection works in newer versions. Any input would be great, and thanks for continuing to put out this great show. My message to you is now ended. I should now paste the lyrics to Gilbert and Sullivan's Modern Major General in order to ensure that this message is too long. And I'm not going to read the lyrics.
If you read it, I'd have enough time to actually find the answer for this.
Well, you know what I'm thinking? What I'm thinking, Joe, is he's asking about grief protection in 1.6. That's in his subject line.
Yeah.
And I thought it's not supported fully yet, though.
Yeah, there are betas out for it. However, there is a a setting in grief prevention that is only allows construction only inside of claims. And I can't remember what it's called, but there is a setting for it. I found it and I've toggled it.
Oh,
and I know that it's there, but I can't remember what it actually is. But if you look through the grief prevention, there's a grief prevention config.yml in the grief prevention, the plugin folder for it. You'll find it. That somewhere in there is that setting. You just got to dig. One of my continuous complaints about Minecraft plugins and mods is nobody documents anything very well because they all assume that everyone knows how to use it as well as they do. So it is in there, though, I promise, because I have seen that setting and I have seen that option. So if you look for it hard enough, I think you'll find it. But I'm pretty sure, like 99%, there's actually a config setting for exactly what you're talking about. So there you go.
Remember, you guys, if you want, you can send us your questions and comments, minecraftme@geekgamer.tv. We want to know your pack picks. What are your favorite texture packs that you're using right now? We also want to know what your favorite mods are. We do plan on doing an episode on Ray's Minimap in the future, but if there's some other mod that you think would be great for the community and doesn't give you an unfair advantage, like X-rays, please send them into the show. We love your video questions as well. You can email them, or you can also come to our website at geekgamer.tv. There on the top edge of the page, you can click on that Contact GeekGamerTV button. And when you do that, it takes you to a form where you can fill it out and send us your message. Also, you can leave us a voicemail 24/7. Dial us 240-343-4488. That's 240-343-GGTV if you want to leave us a voicemail. And better yet, send us a video. We love that stuff. Joe Falby, Mr. Joe. You know, we can follow you on Twitter at Falby, but you don't tweet until tomorrow when the resource packs get reset.
Yeah, I'll probably tweet for that.
Yeah, so I'll retweet that. So make sure, if you want to know, you want to be the first to know when those resource packs are reset, follow Joe on Twitter. He will send it out first, at Falby, Falbey. And no doubt has a very busy November coming up. But hey, cannot wait to hang out with my friends next week. It's definitely good fun.
It'll be a good time. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
You guys, if you want, you can follow me on Twitter as well, at Nunes, Nunes. I tweet things out, pictures, pinball things, just having fun. And you can also follow the network on Twitter if you want to know when we're going live with live Let's Plays and playing Minecraft and Grand Theft Auto 5 and other awesome games, at GeekGamerTV on Twitter. We also are on iTunes, so if you download this show through Apple and you really like it, please leave feedback there. Rate it and drop a few lines in there. Also, you can grab our show on Android using the Pocket Casts app. That's one of my personal favorites. You can grab it through Windows Phone and the Zune software on the desktop there. Great piece of software. So there's many different ways you can grab us. Also on YouTube. And of course, all previous episodes from 1 through 98 are posted at geekgamer.tv. We do the show normally every Thursday evening. However, I want to remind you guys that we will not be here next Thursday because we'll be flying to Minecon. So we will have an episode 99. It will come out on Thursday, Halloween, October 31st. If you want to watch that show and watch that taping live, join us this Sunday, October 27th, I think, if my math is correct.
Yeah, 27th. Yes.
At 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern at live.geekgamer.tv. It's going to be a fun show full of surprises, and we cannot wait to have you guys join us. For Mr. Joseph Falby, my name is Chase Nunes. Thank you for watching and downloading Minecraft Me. We will see you guys again soon. Keep digging.